Hmm. You packed your silence in a cardboard box. Said the house felt smaller with my heart still in it. You needed air, you needed space to breathe. So you closed the door and left the key behind. I stood there holding every word you never said, while you drove away, convinced the weight was me. You called it freedom, called it moving on, but all I heard was you were just too much. I stayed awake, counting the cracks you left, wondering if love was something I broke by caring too hard. If walking away makes the mornings lighter, if my absence feels like finally getting free, then go, don't look back, don't leave a note, just don't come searching when the quiet turns on you. I was never the problem, I was the mirror you refused to face. You wanted soft and simple, never deep, so you called my depth the storm and ran for cover. I was never the problem, you just couldn't hold what you asked me to give. Now the nights are long and the phone stays still. Don't come back when you finally see I was never the problem, it was never me. I told myself the silence would feel clean, that mornings without your questions would be kind. But the walls still echo every careful word you used to choose, so I would never feel alone. I reached for someone easier, someone light, but they never stayed the way your presence did. I scrolled through old photos at 2 a.m. and every smile of yours still knows my name. I thought that leaving would rewrite the story, but the pages keep returning to your face. I cut the cord thinking I'd find my peace, convinced the heavy feeling lived inside your chest. Now every empty room is asking me, what if the weight I carried wasn't hers at all? I was never the problem, I was the mirror you refused to face. You wanted soft and simple, never deep, so you called my depth the storm and ran for cover. I was never the problem, you just couldn't hold what you asked me to give. Now the nights are long and the phone stays still. Don't come back when you finally see I was never the problem, it was never me. I used to replay every late night talk, searching for the moment I became too heavy. You said my love felt like a question mark, when all I ever asked was to be chosen back. Now I walk through rooms that still remember you, but the silence doesn't hurt the way it used to. I kept the pieces you left scattered on the floor, and slowly learned they were never mine to fix. I thought that leaving would make me feel whole, the distance would erase the shape of your voice, but every quiet evening finds me reaching out for a hand that isn't there and never will be. I see now how I mistook your depth for danger, how I ran from the only place that felt like home. The freedom I chased still tastes a little hollow, and the mirror you held is the one I can't escape. You said I made the air too thick to breathe, but you were the one who stopped opening windows. I gave you every version of myself, and you left the best ones folded on the floor. I see you now in every quiet hour, the way you stayed when I was already gone. I called it your fault so I could sleep at night, but truth doesn't care how loud I try to shout. Time has a way of turning every lie into a mirror no one else can break. I was never the problem, I was the love you weren't ready to keep. I won't be waiting when you realize. Go if it makes your life feel better. I already know I was never the problem. I was never the problem.